Hey there, and welcome back to Transaction Thursdays with Christina. I'm Christina, your host, and today we're talking about what skills are needed to be a transaction coordinator. Now, anybody out there can be a transaction coordinator. You do not have to have a license. You do not have to have a certification. I say that in the majority of the United States, you do not have to have a license. You do not have to have a certification. I do offer a course on my website, real estate or not real estate. It's reprosacademy.com. I'll drop the link in the description below. If you are interested in becoming a transaction coordinator, I have taught over 1,600 students how to become a transaction coordinator, how to start their own TC business, how to even land their first client. And I also have a done for you system for real estate agents and transaction coordinators where I actually go in and build the system for you that I have personally used, and then teach you how to use it. I do only accept 5 clients a month though, just because of the amount of time it takes to build a system and things. So what skills do you need to be a TC? If you see me looking down, I have some notes here. So the skills that you need to be a TC are going to be number one, communication. You have to have communication skills. You have to be able to send an email, make a phone call that's professional, send a text message. You have to be able to keep all the parties in the loop and know where the contract is and where it's going and what is needed to get it there, to be able to communicate this to everybody and do it in a professional manner. So communication skills are absolutely essential in this role. The second one that I would recommend having is organizational skills. So organizational skills are going to be a huge plus in this role. You have to stay organized. You have to keep up with deadlines, documents, the contract to close process. So you have to keep up with checklists. In my done for you system, I actually go in and upload all of the email templates, all of the checklists, everything you need in order to have your transaction management system and have it run actually automatically for you so that you can focus on other tasks. The third thing I would say that you need, back to organization real quick. Organization is key, because if you are not organized, if you cannot keep up with the checklist, if you cannot keep up with deadlines, and something falls through the crack, it can cost your agent, your clients, it can cause the entire transaction to fall apart, which can cause a ripple effect with other transactions, and it can also cause a lot of money to be lost. So organization is key. The third thing I would say that you need to have is admin clerical experience. And if you don't have this, that's okay. It can be a learned skill. It's just very beneficial if you do have it already. If you have worked in some type of clerical role, admin role, virtual assistant, just something where you have dealt with documentation, you have maybe had some compliance you've had to deal with or something like that, because transaction coordinators do keep up with a lot of documentation. The contract, I have seen contracts in other states that are 20, 30, 40, 50 pages long. Here, we have contracts that are new construction contracts that are 60, 70, 80 pages long. You have to know what you're looking for and stay up to date on those, because they do change every year. Some of the documents do change every year. They might make, little updates here and there. Our general contract is only 11 pages long. So I don't want to scare you off, because you can have a contract up to 80 pages. That is for a new residential build. Our contract is just 11 pages. It's outlined very easy. I don't teach contracts in any of my courses because they vary so much state to state. And I'm not here to give legal advice either. And they're a legally binding contract. So whatever state you're in, I would recommend you going and pulling a sample contract, taking a look at it, pull some sample documents that are, part of a new contract, and just look them over. They're relatively easy. If you've done admin work before, you've done clerical work before, this is going to come very natural to you. And you're just, you need to know the basics of the contract. When the earnest money is due, when the appraisal deadline is due, if there are any loan applications or anything like that when they're due, the closing date, the binding date, the purchase price, the earnest money amount, just basic things like that. And they're all in there. You can read through the contract and you can find them. And then you would upload them into the correct compliance documents based on your agent, based on the brokerage. So those are the top 3 skills that you would need to have: communication, organization, and some type of admin clerical work. All right, that is all for this video. I'll see you in the next video.